white people came to Africa, they came showing themselves as superior to the black people, digging out things that black people taught them. You know, what we don't have in our history books is that the civilization we have in Europe today was brought to us by black people. Even black people don't know that. Even many black people don't know that. They don't know that the Moors, they were West Africans and North Africans and Central Africans that came to Europe and ruled Spain. They brought civilization to us. They showed us how to use soap, how to be clean, how to behave like a decent human being, you know. All these things we didn't know that before the Moors brought civilization to Spain. Did you know that the Moors ruled in Spain for 700 years? Where is that in our history books? It's nowhere to be found. Because why? If you are giving black people that power of having once ruled over white people, wouldn't black people start like kind of questioning, oh, we were once at that point of having such a power in a white man's country over white people, and where are we now? So of course they have to hide that history from you people, because knowing your true history is knowing your true power, and knowing your true power means you will break out from that system of racism.
I'm sure you've heard the news. The African Moors' legacy is more fascinating than you think. The Moors brought over 700 years of innovation to Spain. They introduced advanced irrigation techniques, paving the way for modern agriculture. Whoa. Love algebra? Thank the Moors for that too. They revolutionized math and science. Moors also introduced Europe to luxurious silks and spices. The Moors' stunning architecture still inspires us today. Ever heard of the Alhambra? That's a Moorish masterpiece. They created a rich multicultural society, blending African, Arab and European influences. And their libraries? They preserved countless ancient texts. So, next time you think of medieval Europe, remember the Moors' incredible impact. Their legacy still shapes our world.
West Africa began sailing across the Atlantic to Mexico as early as 900 AD.
By the time the Moors got into Europe, the illiteracy rate was very high because there was no practical reason for people to read at the time, because people were really trying to survive. So the only people who could read at the time were monks or religious figures. So the Moors went into Europe and they started to establish universities.
The first university created in Europe, University of Salamanca. They created the education system that Europe adopted. They brought in what became classical music. They're the ones who brought architecture and fineries. In fact, it was so advanced that the teachers in the Moorish paradigm in the Iberian Peninsula, the teachers under the Moors got the equivalent of $40,000 a year back then. That's how advanced they were. In fact, everywhere in Europe sent their best to go and learn there, just like they sent them to Timbuktu, just like they sent them over to Luxor, just like they sent them over to where all these areas where you see Africans and high sciences were. They sent them there to Spain